You know, being in the blues field and starting back when I started, it's a long time ago, and you go through a lot of different changes back then that you don't see today, and it's changes that stick with you. You know, I used to play in a club down on Peachtree. It was called a Racket Club, and it was a bunch of nice people came and they had a good time and they listened to my music and they party and they drink and they just let their hair down and they really had a great time. And we had a great time playing on the bandstand, playing to these people. But the down of the night, our time that we was really down in the night was the couple of the 2 or 3 intermissions that we took. When we took an intermission, we had to leave the club, go back into the kitchen, and take our intermission with the cooks and the waiters and the waitresses back in the kitchen with the other black folks, you know. But after that was over, then we would be up again because we was back on the bandstand, we was playing, we was having a good time, and people was enjoying my music, you know, and it just made us feel good. But that time that we had to spend in the back in the kitchen, you know, didn't feel so good with us, you know. Just some of the things that we had to go through coming up in the blues. And I just like to pass it on to people and pass it on to the youngsters, you know, young blacks and young whites. They need to know all of the history of the blues and the history of the blues people, you know, and I'm one of those people, you know. I enjoy playing my blues. I enjoy playing my blues to everybody. It's something that doesn't make people happy, and it's the same today. Some things you do, you're happy doing it, and some things you do, you're not happy doing it. You know, years back, I guess it must have been in the 50s, the late 50s. I was playing in a club in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It was called the Hi-Hat, and it was really a jumping club. We used to have a great time in that club, you know. I would be in that club, we would be playing, it would be jam-packed with people, and they would be dancing and having a good time, and drinking, and hoo-hawing and hollering. Oh, it was a gas, And we would take an intermission, go outside to take a smoke or something, and get some air, and outside of the road, as far as you can see on both sides of the dirt road, was all these cars parked alongside the road, and all these kids on top of the cars sitting on the hood and drinking and having a good time and enjoying this blues that was coming out of this club Hi-Hat. They was outside because they couldn't come in, so they stood outside, and by being an old country building, you know, you could hear outside just as well as you heard inside. And all these kids would spend all night, as long as we was playing the blues, they would be outside sitting on their cars and having a good time and dancing in the dirt and having a great time. And these kids couldn't come in the club because they was white kids, but they were still enjoying the blues. Have a good blues day.